We're here in front of the bunkhouse here on Hobbs farm in the evening, and really don't have any crops that are ready to harvest. We're prepared to do a couple of harvests here. Got a little bit of straw collecting going on, but we've done quite a bit of that recently. I think in this episode we're going to catch up on just some little chores to be done. Alright, first thing we've got to do is getting our Massey Ferguson 6613 Forage mowing rig, and we're going to collect up a little bit of straw and take it over to the forage mixing plant. Since we've got this straw here, we might as well pick up a little bit and not use what we've got in the grain stores. That ration mixing plant's got quite a big capacity. If we try to fill it up just here and there like we're doing, we'll probably be alright. In keeping it full, we do need to take some hay over there today too. I'm not sure it's going to take us much to fill our little forage wagon. Make that little weird turn at the end here. Yep, just a little more than a row. Yeah, the rest we're going to collect up as chaff and maybe take over to the biogas plant to throw in the bunkers. Let's take this over to our ration mixer. I have a hard time remembering which bins take which material. I think straw is going to be the last bin. And it's going to go in. So let's look at the machine. See what we've got here. Yeah, we definitely need some grass, and we probably could use some silage as well. But we've got a couple of other chores. We'll come back to this later. Alright, topped up on some straw. And we're here at what they call the BGA Facility with the case loader. And we are on great demand for silage here right now. So we're getting a premium price, which is why our money's gone up a little bit. More than you would expect from my normal silage selling. And overnight, we're probably going to try to sell as much as we can. Get a little money. Got my eye on a couple of fields. Field 10 that we collected that straw up for the old feller. He's talking about selling us that property, being as it's hard for him to get good help in. He knows we got a lot of helpers over at Hobbs farm that can keep it up. Might be a good backup cornfield. $55,000 for a bucket of silage on great demand. Okay, back at the main yard with Massey Ferguson 9895. Looks a little bit grungy, so we're going to give her a nice wash. after that big harvest on field 11. I have to say again, this is a pretty good location for the pressure washer. Very convenient when you pass by this area. It's not in the way, but pretty easy to get to when something needs a wash. And wash down the right side. It gets ready to go for the next time. Alright, one little mowing job here in the evening, and this is not my usual style of mowing. I've got our class mower attached to the front PTO of the Case Optum 300, and I've got a small size windrower, Kuhn brand, on the back, and we're going to mow and windrow here on the side of field 1. If we can get everything all laid out here. A lot of people do their mowing like this. I've tried it a couple times. To me, it just kind of depends on the area I'm going to mow, whether it's going to work for us or not. I think this is the perfect thing for this wide swath here in front of us. We should be able to get this in one good stripe, instead of doing it 3 or 4 times with the Verge mowing rig. But we are going to use the Massey Ferguson to collect it with that forage wagon it's got on it. Well, we did leave a small stripe there. We're going to come back and probably get that. Windrow it all up into one row. Zoom out and see how we're actually doing. Oh, it's working nice. Doing kind of one step here. A couple of other little areas that might benefit from this way of mowing. Up here on the plateau, some of the field verges are pretty wide like this. But yeah, we'll come back, show you when we make the turn. Okay, on the way back, just getting that last bit on the right there, and we're all windrowing it all up. Should take us one pass with the forage wagon. Really trying to do a good job of it, since Commissioner Steve vouched for us for doing this job on the verges, and it benefits us a little bit too. We get to keep the grass we mow up here. And it's just going to get the end of that. That's pretty good. Doesn't look like we're going to leave anything uncut on this section of road. I think we're done with the mower, so we'll shut that off. Windrow the rest of this up. Alright. Okay, collecting up that grass we just mowed with the forage wagon. I did remember to put our flashing lights on since we're so close to the road and it's getting towards dark. Probably for safety it's best to let folks know we're here doing this. We're not moving very fast. But I think we're going to get at least a good wagon load of grass from this Forage mowing effort. I think we went a lot faster than if we just tried to mow it with the front mower here. Getting pretty close to full. We're going to take this straight over to the ration mixing machine. Alright, pulling up to the ration mixing machine. I believe grass and hay is the bin on the far right. So we'll give that a try. If I can get it backed up here correctly. Alright, so maybe it was the middle one. Well, it's got to be the middle one. We know we just put straw on the far left. And this should get the ration mixer running again. I think we're going to have animals to feed with mixed ration pretty soon, and we may use up quite a bit. And we got the green light. 76,000 liters of mixed ration, so it should be enough for a little while. May want to dump a little bit more silage in there too. Alright, just the last bit is this piece by the cliffside. Since we were here, I figured it was a shame not to mow it. And came up with a little bit of grass out of there. Not too scary looking over the side, but then we windrowed it up a little bit ways from the edge. Alright, I think we're going to take this over to the grain store, save it for later. And while we're here at the yard, we might as well give the Massey Ferguson a wash too. Really kind of routine chores to do here in this episode. But they usually have to be done. Some of this is things I do off screen, but it seems like a good small chore episode to do this time for YouTube. Give our trailer a little wash. Spray off our front mower. Alright. Here at the grain store, we got the telehandler, and we're going to manually fill a trailer with some corn to give to our feeder pigs and cattle. Keep forgetting to put our lamp on for safety. I think we've got enough corn. We can afford to feed the pigs and cattle some corn. And we've got our yard tractor and the Multiva trailer over there. Make sure we don't drive over the edge. Almost perfect. Oh, let's give them one more bucket load. We're starting to get a lot of feeder cattle and pigs. In fact, we might be ready to take pigs to the market again. Back out so we don't hit the concrete bunker there. And it looks like we got a lot of potatoes still. And we'll have our sugar beet harvest coming in soon again. Might be time to sell some more sugar beets. Okay, we'll park up and go feed the animals. Alright, on the way to the cattle shed. Give the cattle a little corn to mix things up a little bit. They might get bored of the wheat and barley after a while. Rotate their supplies a little bit here. See how they like this corn. I'm not quite sure how much they're going to take. Not a whole lot. Now for the pigs. I think while we're here, we might as well wander through the barns. Oh, yes, there's piggies ready to go. They're in there rooting around. He's kind of rolling around in the straw. See what the cattle are doing. Well, we got cattle to go to market too. Well, they just kind of eat, don't they? They don't get too excited like the pigs. Well, back to chore time here on Hobbs Farm. Okay, silage has got to be the first bin. Since straw is the last, and hay was the second, there we go. Get out and have a check here. And I think we got enough to go feed the animals.